Hello everybody, welcome back to Bull Bear Trader. Today I'm gonna talk about the Chinese stock market. So first let's start with the Hang Sheng Index. So the last time I was talking about it, it was around this area. So I predicted it's gonna pull back to 22,600 and bounce up to the orange line to test the previous high as 24,750. So, or if it pulled down even lower and hit 21,500, it will bounce back. But look like it went this way. So now, what do we have here? Okay, so we got basically it was from here, it came down and almost hit to the target, to the red line, right? Red support line. It bounced up, pull back down, rally up again, not as high as previous all-time high. No, it's not. It's just not all-time high, but for the past 3 years high. And you can see over here, it was 2020, the beginning of 22, right? So it is a big resistance, major resistance right there. Now, let's take a look. You can see it was having a bull flag here, and it bounced, right? So now we still have some, the trend is still up, right? If we, so this is the midterm on the blue channel right here. Now we're gonna draw this line right here, right? And then here. So you can see that is almost creating a head and shoulder pattern. So if we have we hit later this week, we hit the, let's say 23,640, which is the light blue line support here. We will have it complete head and shoulder, and after that it most likely pull back down, break down, and then go to test 21,500. But of course, you're gonna test 22,600 first. So again, we will most likely have a breakdown. So it's gonna go like this, right? And then up, bounce, and then break down. So it's gonna be, the path gonna be similar to that. Okay, so these are the level that we're looking at right now. All right, so next we have this Hang Sheng Tech. So Hang Sheng Tech, let's see. So I predicted it's gonna pull back and then bounce, right? So from here it came back down, bounce, came down again, bounce again, and it's a little bit similar to Hang Sheng, but it moving sideways instead of moving up. So what is we have here? Okay, so I'm going to take out some of these lines so it's easier to look at. The blue line is basically right now the major support and resistance. you can see it kind of like bouncing and converging into the blue line. So now what we have right now is like this. So you can see it's kind of wedging and moving this way. So most likely we have this, and then maybe this, and then this, and then like that, and go a little lower. Okay, so all right. So for Sheng Tech, look like it's gonna move sideways, and then we'll break down later on. Unless the tariff war is over, it can bounce up, and if it does, we will see about 5,600. All right. So next is CSI300. So again, same as the other one, I expect a pullback and then bounce. It didn't pull back that much, but it bounced a little bit more than my target of 3882, and right now it's at around 4,000. So right now you can see for CSI it's actually broke out of the trend and testing this high. Okay, so if I zoom it in a little bit, we will see. Okay, so it depends on the news, but most likely due to oversold and hitting the resistance, I'm expecting a pullback, and then it might come up and test 4,100. Okay, so that is the target for CSI300. All right, and then I'm gonna take a look at BIDU and BABA. All right, so right now it looks like for BIDU it broke out. Okay, it's broke out of this wedge, right? However, I expect it to come back and test 84, 85 one more time before another bounce, and this time we're talking about 9150, right? If we look at this one, so you see that before I say it's most likely after earning we have a better, it might pull back and then bounce, and it came up right at my target here. For US version of BABA, it did not break out yet, so it might break out if we have some good news, and this time we're talking about 96. Okay, but before that I do expect a pullback. to like 87. So most likely this will be the path for BIDU. Hey Baba, what about Baba? So as you can see, my arrow, I was looking at 100 here, and so far it was from here, it was from 113, so it went about $7, not much, but it might come back, right? But you can see it's oversold. What it does is this, I'm gonna come back and test 112 and then maybe pull back a little bit. Or with the tariff, it's gonna shoot up and go to 123, right? But more likely we might have another pullback and then break out of this wedge resistance. All right, so the next one I'm gonna take a look is KWEB. KWEB is internet CSI stock. I haven't looked at it for a long time, but you can see for the past year and a half it's still trending up, which is a good sign. So for right now, you can see is forming a bull flag right here. Oops. Okay. All right. So got a bull flag and it went up. It tested here, pull back. So now if I zoom it in a little bit, all right, so you can see, let me take this out. You can see that if I draw these lines, that's the support for short term, and then that's a resistance. So right now it bouncing between these two light. Let me make orange so it's easier to see. So I expect I would say maybe a quick rally and then pull back, and then rally a little bit more, bounce a little bit more, and then pull back. So it kind of like go to the right of this wedge and then either break down or break out. Let me switch to the weekly. So for weekly, it going to overbought, so a bigger chance of a pullback. So maybe we have another up day or two, and then we're gonna have a pullback. So most likely it's gonna pull back like this. And then it will either break out or or break down. So this is 33 and this is about 36.50. Okay, everybody, so looks like this is a quick review on the Chinese market. we are looking at some pullback, right? For all three indices, and also for the Chinese big stocks as well. So, but so good. So far so good for the short term, and we have to check back to see what they do. All right, thanks for watching. Please hit a like, share, and subscribe for more video like this. And if you want me to review any stock, please let me know. Looks like tomorrow I'm gonna review Delta, Levi, WD-40, and maybe 3 other popular stocks. All right, have a good night. See you in the next video.